Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So first and foremost, it is super early in the morning. It's 7:45 in the morning, 7:46 in the morning. So if my voice sounds kind of on the raspy side, that's why. So I'm not gonna waste time with any of the niceties. I'm just gonna go ahead and just jump into the topic for today's video, which is of course what's been going on in the drama community, I guess you could say. I'm not a drama channel. I don't consider myself to be one anymore. I haven't been one in well over a year. I don't have the time to sit at my computer or my phone all day, every day, to catch every single thing that happens in the beauty community or the drama community. But this situation has definitely taken up a lot of my Twitter feed for the last few days. So just in case you have no idea what I'm even talking about, I'll give you a quick little rundown of what's been happening and what I'm talking about in this video. So a YouTuber by the name of Muva, by the way, I'm looking down at this because I have a bunch of notes on here because I want to make sure I address all these things. A YouTuber by the name of Muva, I'm sorry if I butcher that, put up a video a few days ago. At first it was only one video, but now as of today there are 2 videos up on her channel discussing this topic specifically, and I will have everything linked down below for you guys. In the first video, she basically just calls out the very obvious bias that has been whispered about in the background. I mean, what she said basically in the video has been talked about for months in different forums, on Reddit and other places. I've seen other channels make videos, like lesser known channels making videos about it. I've seen discussions on Twitter. This is a topic that's been discussed for a long time. So nothing that she said in regards to the bias and all that none of that is new. But I will say this before I go any further. I do not agree with the jabs when it comes to like the looks, especially when it comes to Ashlee. When you are talking about something I guess to some people it's not serious, but as serious, I should say, as bias when it comes to channels reporting on different things. I think making fun of someone or taking jabs at someone for the way they look takes away from the seriousness of the situation that you're discussing. So that being said, I do not agree with that. I don't agree with any of the personal jabs. I think they were unnecessary. I think she addressed that in her second video. But outside of the personal jabs at people's looks and all the other petty bullshit, she makes a valid point. And the point is, there is a very blatant, obvious bias towards Jeffree Star amongst the drama channels. It's almost become like they're his little army of minions that go on the attack to anyone who says anything negative about Jeffree. But they ignore all the negative things that Jeffree does. And this is a conversation, like I said, the girl has been talking in the background for a long time. It's been whispered in the community for a very long time. For I want to say the last like almost half a year, people have been bringing this stuff up. I've had conversations on Twitter with people in the DMs, in threads, about how are people still watching these channels because there seems to be a very blatantly obvious bias in regards to Jeffree Star. Nothing that said in her video in regards to the bias, and that's that being the reason why she can't trust them. Why is it wrong for her to say that? She's allowed to have that viewpoint. She's allowed to have those opinions. I mean, that's the reason why we all have channels ourselves, because we have viewpoints and we have opinions. So who are any of you to sit there and drag this girl? I mean, yes, I understand when it came to the personal attacks, call her out for that. That was bullshit. That I don't agree with. But I've seen this girl dragged for simply having an opinion that doesn't match up with yours. Yours being the drama channels. All of you. How is that fair? So you can have opinions and call out other people and hold people accountable for their actions, but no one can do the same thing and have opinions about your behavior and your actions in the community, especially when it comes to a bias, a very obvious bias. How is that fair? The most interesting thing that I saw come from the situation came from Rich Lux, actually, because he flipped shit. Rich, I'm so used to seeing Rich react to things like this as, oh, they're just a hater or they're jealous, and he's very aloof about it. Doesn't give a fuck, doesn't even, like, half the time doesn't even address it, you know what I mean? But this time, he was pressed. He was pissed and went on to Twitter. I mean, he made a few YouTube comments on, I think it was Sharita's video and on Irf's video, and called, I think it was like called their videos disgusting and something else, his normal little spiel when it comes to videos that he doesn't agree with, because especially when it comes to him being held accountable for his shitty actions, he doesn't agree with any of that shit. In those YouTube comments, he actually calls, I'm pretty sure he calls both Sharita and Irf a racist, which he then goes on to Twitter to spew some more bullshit, some more word vomit. And on Twitter, he shares a picture of Irf in her video to thousands of people and calls her his psycho stalker, and also says that she's the reason why he has security at all times. I'm assuming, Rich, that you have some sort of proof to back up those allegations, because those are some very bold and serious allegations to put against somebody without any kind of proof. So I look forward to seeing that proof in either a video, a series of tweets, a DM privately, whatever you choose to do. I would love to see the proof, because if not, buddy, you are opening yourself up to a world of legal trouble. I mean, and I've been looking into past case law, and based on precedent, on past cases, she would win a case against you. Hands down, easily win a case against you. So I think it's lucky that she's already said that she doesn't plan on doing anything legally, at least not yet, even though she has mentioned some places that she's already spoken to a lawyer. But if she feels like she's got the time and she feels like going through all that bullshit, based on precedent, she would absolutely win a case against you, because this making allegations against someone like that, I mean, I would think that you of all people would know, because you've watched one of our own have disgusting, baseless allegations thrown against them, and you saw what it almost did to his life. You saw it happen. So to watch you sit here and make these allegations, although they're not at the same level, but they're still serious, to sit here and watch you make these allegations, it's like, what? It's interesting to me, because looking back at that situation with those claims against the individual, we all know who I'm referencing, okay? I'm fairly certain, at least. But the person that these accusations were made against, everyone came to his defense. And everyone called out the fucking scumbag who made the accusations for making these accusations. I mean, there were hundreds of videos being made about it. You know, how can anyone make these baseless allegations against someone with no proof at all to back up those claims? But now I'm looking at this situation where pretty much the same thing is happening, albeit, yes, the accusations are nowhere near as severe as they were with the other individuals, but it's the same situation. But because this person was just holding a mirror to you guys and holding you guys accountable for your obvious, blatant bias, they're not being defended against Rich for making baseless allegations against her? How is that fair? Everyone talks so heavily about keeping the same energy in this community. Keep the same energy, keep the same energy, keep it 100. But when it comes time to, and this is time to, crickets. Why is that? Why is that a thing? Because he's your friend? Friends, to me, are people who will call me out on my bullshit. If you are a true friend to me, if I fuck up and say something or do something wrong, I fully expect you as my friend to be like, listen, you stupid bitch. What you're doing is wrong. What you're saying is wrong. This is why it's wrong. You need to fucking fix the shit. And I've seen none of that. All I've seen is, well, you expect me to go against my friend? It's not going against them. It's holding them accountable. Rich made allegations against someone with no proof to back it up. Hold him accountable for that. Just do it. Or are we going to keep it the same way we've been keeping it, where, you know, Saint Star, your new BFF, everyone, made those disgusting allegations against James Charles and called him a straight up pedophile, and no one said shit. I think I was one of the only people who was like, hello, is no one gonna be pissed off about this? Is no one else gonna talk about this? Jeffree had no proof and straight up called James Charles a fucking pedophile in front of millions of people, but no one said shit. So I don't expect a lot from the channels. I really don't. Judging by past incidences, especially where Jeffree is concerned, because it seems like everyone will report on every single time Jeffree eats, shits, farts, or whatever. But the second he did something wrong, silence. So I don't expect a lot from the drama channel. I don't. Based on what I've seen in the past and past patterns and how they've let Jeffree kind of just skate through everything. I mean everything. They will report on every single time Jeffree shades someone, Jeffree eats, shits, smokes a blunt. But when it comes time to holding him accountable for doing something shitty, we see different coverage. It's like Bird Box. It's like, oh, I don't, you know? And people are noticing. And that brings me back to this video made by Earth. She had an opinion about the drama channels. Basically, that's what her video was about. Her opinion as to why they're not trustworthy. And like I said earlier, this opinion and these views have been talked about for a long time in the community. It's nothing new. It may be new to you guys because you choose to ignore it or you block people who have these videos, and I've seen it happen. But this is a topic that's been talked about for a very long time, so it's nothing new. So nothing she said in regards to the bias is new, yet she was the one being torn apart to shreds for simply having an opinion. And to me, that's fucked up, since we are all here in this community, whether it be the drama community, commentary community, beauty community, we're all here to share our opinions on YouTube. That's why we all started our channels, is to share our viewpoints. So why is she being shredded, eviscerated all over YouTube and elsewhere for having an opinion when we're allowed to have ours? Seems kind of fucked up to me.
Tell him, Rich.
Yeah. To me, it's kind of funny that this is coming up. I don't think it's funny that he said the word that he did. I just think it's funny that this is coming from someone who has mercilessly, relentlessly dragged the ever-loving fuck all over God's creation. People like Kathleen Lights for having the same incident happen, for dragging Laura Lee and Manny away simply because Rich is best friends with Jeffree, and that's the only reason why. A lot of the drama channels, in my opinion, in my view, allegedly my conspiracy, the only reason why you see the drama channels still dragging the ever-loving fuck out of Manny is because Jeffree Star doesn't like Manny. At least that's what he portrays online. I mean, I don't know personally, but it's just funny to me that he has dragged, especially Kathleen, so mercilessly for the same incident happening with her. So I'm very interested in seeing what he has to say about his now own incident. And I'm very interested in seeing the mental gymnastics that are going to be on display over the next few hours, or maybe even days, I don't know, from people trying to kind of maneuver this into being, oh, this is, you know, I was in a dark place, you know, the hoodie, the gray hoodie. Unfortunately, I fully expect there to be a lot of deflection. I expect a lot of excuses. I expect people to, well, what we've seen already, I'm not going to speak against my friend, but you dragged Sam for not speaking against Manny, even though she has. In pretty much every situation, if we're going to be unbiased, let's be unbiased. I've gone back and I've seen everything that Manny's been involved in, big or small, and she's spoken on all of it on Instagram, if not Instagram, elsewhere. I mean, I've seen her get dragged by not necessarily you guys directly, but by your stans, self-proclaimed stans, defending you guys in comment threads and stuff on Twitter and on YouTube as well. She got dragged for being friends with Alyssa, Ashlee, Jackie, Ina, Manny. I mean, the list goes on. Whoever Saint Star doesn't like, but she's in cahoots with, she gets dragged for it. So why is it okay for you guys to be openly, you know, BFFs and in cahoots with Jeffree Star, and no one can question it or drag you for it, but you guys can drag other people for their relationships that you make fun of and say that it's so fake, it's for this and that? Then what is your relationship with Jeffree then? Just saying. The point I'm trying to make in bringing up the whole Sam thing, being friends with Manny and everything, she's been dragged for not speaking on issues regarding Manny. So I'm very curious to see who speaks on this issue now concerning Rich, because now we're in the same boat. How are they going to react? With that being said, guys, I'm out of here. I'm done for the day. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Love you guys so, so much.